how you say in French, salut, right?
Bonjour. Bonsoir.
Bonjour, yeah, bonjour. Great. Action cinema is often judged by budgets, box office numbers, and labels. But behind the explosions and fight scenes, there are people who fight a very different battle for control, for identity, and for survival in an industry that rarely plays fair. My guest today is an independent action actor, filmmaker, martial artist who chose to build his own path instead of waiting for permission. This is not a press interview, this is an honest conversation after the credits. This is my conversation with Alan Delabie. Welcome, Alan.
Thank you so much.
Alan, our first question is a little traditional. How you typically start your morning routine?
So I train 4 days a week, and all the training can be different. It's depend of the mood. It depend of everything, because when you are focusing on writing and working and build a project, you need to be everywhere on the same time. So it's not just training is very important for stay healthy, of course, and stay active for action, because we need all the time to have something to show in front the camera as a martial artist, of course. But it depends of so sometimes I have a routine of stretching, routine of techniques, but also I try my best to stay consistency, and stay on the same line and level, even better, because improving it's good. We need to improve, but sometimes you get injured because when you are all the time working with your body during the years, every martial artist can have some issue with some. It can be the knee, the shoulders, the back. I don't take breakfast because I think I don't take before. I think I got breakfast sometimes,
Yes.
eggs, but not now. It except when I'm filming, because when I'm filming, it's not the same diet, because you have to to stay away from the stress, because some stuff can happen, good or bad, on set. Because sometimes the delay, or actors can be late, or you have to change your plan of the camera, the weather if you shoot outside. So so that's why when you are on set, you don't have the same diet.
Yes, okay. So it depends on the movie, or maybe when you are very younger, so it changed over the years?
Yeah, of course, the passion is still the same, even better. But the thing is, you have to listen your body.
Yeah.
You have, because you cannot compare when you are 25 against 50.
Yes, yes.
So it's different. That doesn't mean you cannot do stuff, because sometimes your experience increase,
Mm. Yes.
but it's not just that, because the first day you can be I feel great, fast, very flexible, and the other day you feel the join,
Yeah, yes,
but
I
it's
see
all
that.
about everything, all about what you are capable to do. And also it's before, I remember, because I came from I was a live performer, in martial arts. So I was to be prepared right away. No, when you do television demonstration, you have one take. It's not like you doing an action fight sequence. You can go back to one all the time and say, okay, I can do the movement again, because this movement was not great. So you can repeat and repeat again. But for a demonstration, it's one take. It's like when you compete, you on demonstration, if you missed up one movement, it's too late. You have to go further.
When I see you on screen, there is this, physical element and, the presence. Is there a difference when you are preparing for a movie, or is it always, I have to stay at this level?
It's all depend of the character. If you're playing on inside an action pack, yes, you have to be prepared. If you have to, I mean, physically, but as an actor, you have to be prepared. You need to know your line. You need to know what you're doing. If you're playing a certain type of character, you have to create the vision of the character. It's very important because you have to be the character.
Yes.
It's a long process. It's quite bit difficult, but I mean, you all over the years you improving. It's like you can be happy now, but you will improve more for the next, because sometimes said, I wish I can do better, and it's too late. It's wrapped. But you learn from day one. You learn all the time. But action is different. Acting is also different. Sometimes you can be a very outstanding martial artist. That doesn't mean you are a great actor.
Yes.
A big difference. Because sometimes, for Hollywood example, like Keanu Reeves, like other, they are not real martial artists.
Yeah.
Are not. They train, but not as Scott Adkins or Michael J. White or Van Damme or whatever other big action star. But you have to figure this out. So what's selling the movie now is different like used to be. In the 80s and 90s, people needs a muscle, big muscle, like Arnold or Sylvester Stallone or Van
Yes.
Damme. But right now, you have movies like Taken, like Jason Statham is very fit, but it's not that, But you have different like type of action star, like
So, yeah.
what is called Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal was not the muscle man. He was never. Sorry, but I mean, he did some great movie back then, But I mean, the strange situation nowadays with studios and independent film. So studios make great films, spectacular, with explosion, with great cameras, great. I mean, A-lister actors.
Yeah, but I didn't really get what you said about Steven Seagal. You said he was a martial artist, or he wasn't?
No, he was. He was.
He was, yeah. Because
I tell about his
he
old
was a
movies.
real martial artist, and
No, he's great.
he became an actor.
I try to say his movie when he started was awesome. I mean, Nico, like his first couple of
Yeah,
fight
I see what you mean is
was
that some people like Keanu Reeves, they started acting and then they became an action star. And then there are actors, they were martial artists before. They were like, they weren't action stars, but they had, they started the journey way before they acted. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think you said you want to explain this situation, that there are
Yeah,
type
the
of
situation.
actors, they are this person in real life. Then there are actors, they just act like,
Yeah.
being tough.
Yes, exactly. So you have a action actor as Scott Adkins, who is real martial artist, and also actors, but their first step was action,
Yes.
right? So if you reverse and compare with like Liam Neeson or is way different. And Hollywood needs more intensity as a player for acting. because now it's not like used to be. Action was so different back in the day, 80s, 90s. That's why they create a genre, it's like, you have B movies, like they said B movies with huge action star. And we love Olivier Gruner, like also Matthias Hughes. You love like Marc Dacascos, uh, also Don the Dragon Wilson, and
Yes, yes,
so the list goes on and on. And the thing is now, the opportunities for people, as you introduced me in the podcast. So yeah, you want to create yourself. You have the opportunities now with digital. Back in the day, it's impossible. But I did casting. I did a lot of stuff like that. I do
yes,
commercial in France, in Belgium also. It was so fun. But you have to understand, this world is very complicated for uh, express yourself as an actor, because it's so much competition.
yes,
That doesn't mean you cannot make it, but you have to think about it. Example, you have actors who were before stuntmen, and they it's like an elevator, step by step they grow up, but they start as a stuntman, and then they became an action, and then action actor,
yes, sure.
that's built step by step. In my case, I was first a martial artist who do demonstration on television and gala and big gala, big budo events also. But yeah, the dream was since I was young, um, to be an actor. And
Yeah,
of course, action was my first love, and horror also. But I can do comedy, I can do thriller, I can do action, I can do drama. It's the game has to be like that, not only on one style. If you just say, okay, I can do action, yeah, that's good, but it's not
yeah, I see.
stereotypical. You have to, if you want to make something, you have to adapt yourself at the situation and what you want to do, because otherwise you are limited on a certain way.
Yeah,
I don't want limited myself.
and that's exactly what I try to ask you before is because you now mentioned it. So how everything started, where your journey started? Because when I look up IMDb, your
Mhm.
filmography, then I see the first movie you appeared. It's
Mhm.
GCVD. They
Yeah,
say GCVD in 2008.
when I started, it's as I said before, I was a demonstration guy. Everybody was influenced by Bruce Lee.
That's
But
true. Yeah, yeah.
and then you have Chuck Norris, Jackie Chan, and happier Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes,
Became European champion of Nunchaku, and my dream never stopped. I was very focused on demonstration. I did so much demonstration on national television, Belgium, France.
yes,
I think, yeah, but internet was not on the main stage back in end of the 80s, 90s. Internet arrived early 2000. So the thing is, why I take years for, I don't know. It's I think every step we made, probably things happen for a reason. So GCVD, arrived in 2008. I mean 2007. It was released in 2008.
yes,
So at the time, I was stopped to do demonstration, and I didn't know how to make my place, to have a place on the movie business, because I didn't know nobody except for television and gala and stuff. I did a casting for JCVD,
yes,
small casting. It was a very tiny part. but you have to start somewhere.
Yes,
So
sure.
so
And
I did that, and during the time, I remember it's happened with Jalal Mary, who discovered me online with my demonstration. And when I start to talk to him, and I said, I want to be an actor, I want to do this. He said, I don't have a movie for now, but I have a program who called Master of the Arts,
yes,
aka Road to Hollywood. So he said, if you want, you can come into Canada and try. And I said, yeah. At the time, my English was not as now, because when you work, I work all the time in English, so your English need to be improved all the time.
yes,
So it's important. But I mean, the thing is, Jalal invite me, and yeah, I did this program. It was phenomenal, great experience for a couple of weeks, and I spent a great time in Toronto, Canada, and I think it's all started there. And for the movie world, I mean, you have to start somewhere. But I did some casting. I did some stuff in France, in
yes,
Belgium, of course. But it's always very difficult because in France, it's the movie world is very different than the Canada, US, or United Kingdom. So you have to understand, France is more comedy and more drama. Sometimes you can have some thriller with a little bit action, but it's very rare, very
Hmm.
rare.
But so you had a rough time, and how long did it take for you that you said, okay, now I'm the first movie as a main actor?
With Borrow Time One. So the first Borrow Time, but before I did a program called Marc Saint Georges, where I was also the main character. It was a small TV series for France, but we start a couple of small episodes, but for some reason the the project was stopped because there are an issue with the production.
Yes,
Not with me. No
but
issue with me, but it's sometimes, you have to understand. Sometimes you can
the
shoot a
movie
movie.
business, yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes movies don't get it to the big screen, so you make a movie and nobody sees it. That's very,
I mean,
sad thing.
the big problem for the big screen. By the way, I was very lucky to have the Shepherd Code brought back
Hmm.
on the movie, But I mean, on the big screen in UK, it was released national in UK. It's a huge opportunity for me. I mean, to have this movie everywhere in UK. It was limited theatrical, but I mean, it's great. It's very great. It's a dreams come true because a lot of film will not going to the big screen.
Yes, yes,
Not
yeah.
about the talent. You can have some nice name. You can have a quality project. That doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's very the circuit of this is tight now. Why? Because the competition with the studio or also streaming services as Netflix, and Amazon Prime.
Yes.
So now those studio produce movie with big talent. So it's very difficult. Of course, their lack of I mean, like emotion, because most of their program are spectacular for action, but the story you forget easier. A smaller film, what you have to do with a smaller film, you have to be creative. You need to do something special, otherwise people forget about you. Of course, people will criticize you or compare. Example, you have a good example. When people saw the Shepherd Code, oh no, it's not like John Wick. John Wick is bigger. Of course, John Wick is bigger for two reasons. First of all, the budget. Second of
Yes.
all, the marketing.
Hmm.
So you cannot compete because it's different world. That doesn't mean your movie is not good. That means simple people who don't understand the process. They don't understand how to make a movie because it's easy. You don't like a music, you don't like a meal. You can, oh, I don't like the meal. I respect the person who creates. If you create, you create. Of course, every artist got an ego because if you are an actor or a martial artist, egos is always there. That doesn't mean you have a big ego, because having a big ego, it's a big issue for this industry. You need to have an ego. You need to be proud of you. That doesn't mean you want to destroy others. It's not the case, because everybody's got something, but you have to figure this out to do something even better. That doesn't
Yes.
mean it's not competition. It's unhealthy, because this business is not healthy. You have to understand, it's two separate worlds. But the movie studio got marketing, got big talent because the budget, and independent film can got nice talent, can have also star also inside.
Yeah.
But it's not enough. You have to create something special, as I did before for Borrowed Time and The Shepherd Code. In between, I did this vampire movie because I love horror film, and I did it. But you have to try something. Even in Canada, I did a lot of stuff with them. We did some comedy short movie. It was very fun, and I think I learned so much during the years, and we learn every single day. Because if you finish a film, you have to say, okay, I did something cool, but the next movie I will do better.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
some people, of course, it's always hard for an artist when people, oh, this movie is not good, or this movie is shitty. Oh, okay, you can have a point, but some people will love, some people will hate, or some people will not have a special opinion. But you have to understand it's uh, on the marketing point, or also everywhere in the circuits, as Amazon Prime or Netflix or Tubi, because Tubi TV is big in the US and in UK now, and in Latin America. So, because in Europe, oh, they're talking about just Amazon Prime or Netflix. But you have to understand there are so many places where you have Rakuten, you have also Apple TV, you have also Pluto, Plex, you have also
There,
Fawsome,
yeah. There are
lot.
many streaming portals right
Yes.
now, and
Yeah.
but isn't it that when you have more streaming services, that there is a better chance making movies? So as you said, it's we have this level of Hollywood. Hollywood, it's the A level. Then there are also other shapes, but you, for example, as often
Mhm.
described as an independent movie
Mhm.
action star. But do you accept that label, or do you think it misses something important about your work at the end?
You know, I accept, it doesn't matter for me, because for now you are here, and nobody knows tomorrow. You know,
Yes,
knows.
but
You have to understand, it's always great when you create something, because it's very tough. It's very tough.
yeah, there
Because
are people working, so many people working on that movie. There is so many desire and hopes, and but at the end, people are reducing it to that box office issue. But there is so much more into a movie. People who edit it, the producing, everything comes.
you have to be realistic. I
Yes,
mean, when you start somewhere, you have to say, okay, because a lot of people want to be the star. But the problem is, you have to figure this out. What is the best for you? Sometimes you said, "Oh, I'm better to play a villain," or
mm,
I, yeah, you know, Patrick Kilpatrick. I am working 2 times with him, and he said, Alan, I'm top cast as a villain, but he said I make a great living on it. He said,
mm,
as an actor, I want to try something else, but I said, If I'm good as a villain, I'm good as a villain. It doesn't matter. You have to stay on the radar all the time, and that's the best for the movie. If you disappear, in the population, that's not good. But that doesn't mean, sometimes you never know. You can disappear months, years, and suddenly coming back with a big stuff. It's all about, time, moments, and you never know where and when it's gonna happen. But time change, and as you said, you're talking about Hollywood, but Hollywood now doesn't mean anything because you can create Hollywood everywhere.
The times has changed so much, also due to AI, for example. You have so many chances right now to do good stuff.
Chance probably, but also competition. But I mean, bad or good. But as some people, when you have great independent film and shitty independent film.
Yes.
So what you cannot blame people to try. It's just but you have to figure this out for yourself and be realistic. Said okay, may I'm good for this, may I'm good for that, and you have to let the audience decide, and also you have to think and reinvent yourself, because if you
Yeah.
sometimes you people failed, but failed, that doesn't mean you cannot succeed. Because you failed, you have sometimes to fail.
So what
Right.
I really admire your work. I really respect what you did so far. And
Mhm.
the essence of this podcast is what I try to, for the audience out there, for people that they are just see this high level production budget movies. There are different movies also out there,
Yeah,
and there
yeah,
is so much love and so much passion in this
of
in these
course,
projects. And
of course.
even some, at least when you try it, but you are more than that. You have so many movies you can present, and
Of course.
I just want to try to show the people out there that when you want something, you can achieve it, and you are a best example for this.
Thank you so much.
That's what I'm trying to also talk about. And when I talk about after the credits, we can take an example of the GCVD. It started your movie career, and it's very
Yeah, of course.
impressive.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, nothing happened overnight. You have to work hard.
Yes.
You have to boast yourself.
Your first step in the movie business, and previously you've done martial arts, and
Mhm.
also, but the first step in the movie business was in the movie GCVD.
It's quite a lot of frustration when you're doing casting and stuff.
Yes.
You have to do smaller part, and you can express yourself. You can do great things, but you have to understand, it's all not depend on you. It depend of a lot of factors.
Yes.
But I mean, so that's why the good news is nowadays you can create yourself. You can do short film, you can do feature. You just have nowadays, like my mentor David Worth, director of Kickboxer. I know him such for a long time. He teach me a lot. He was also the co-director of Borrow Time Falling Apart. So
Yes.
as he tell me all the time, he said nowadays with an iPhone, you can shoot a movie, and also with a DSLR camera. So it's all about creation. You have to create. You have to write an ID. It's all started to write an ID, and also to cast some friends, and shoot the movie, and then you edit and you put everywhere. I mean, you can put on YouTube and stuff, or try, if the quality is good enough, you can try to find an independent distributor.
Yeah.
That's the best way to succeed. But because what will happen now with the future, for the future, you will have EI, of course, but not only EI, because people will get bored to have big movies with no sense, like lack of story, because it's like a big machine. They have to quick, quick, quick. because so much movie you have everywhere. So when you try to find a good moment,
Yes.
but it's what can I watch tonight? What is the best film? And it's lost the moment because we love going to the cinema to buy a popcorn and
Yes.
soda and watch the film. But yeah, it's very difficult to find a good program now. Uh, we are That's why independent filmmaker can create the difference. Of course, the market is different, and I mean the it's every aspect, but that doesn't mean it's not a great movie. It's just about, if you are intelligent enough, you can understand this is the big studio movie, this is independent film.
Yeah, but doesn't it really matter that you love making movies and you are participating in creating movies as an actor? And the other thing is there were like several subjects you mentioned. Right now we are living in this time where we also have these immense amount of movies.
Mhm.
It's not like when we grew up. So for example, you go there and you rent a movie or two or three,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then you watch it several times. But now
yeah.
the younger generation especially, they don't have the time. They can't sit 2 hours watching
Mhm.
movies. So
Mhm.
that's, you have to think about
Only,
so
only to
many.
be fast. Only
Yeah,
to be.
the best thing is they watch a movie as shorts. But
Oh
that's
yeah.
that's not our generation, so we love classic
No, but
movies.
we have to adapt of the system, but this is quite difficult because the real entertainment it's not just to have a small video, and also like the other day Matt Damon says on the interview,
You mean
yeah,
the
yeah, he said,
streaming services?
yeah, needs to have all the time, every 5-10 minutes you have to have an explosion,
Explain yeah,
the backstory and stuff. Yeah, I
yes.
mean it's
Yeah,
it's
the,
it,
the times have changed. But what I like about you as a self-made man is that you
yeah.
um, take your passion and your desire and try to because it's right now it's very hard making movies, and
Mhm.
it's a very challenging aspect right these days, for example, making true
You
real
can.
movies. Yeah.
Everybody's can do stuff, but now it's you have to understand to choose the right path, and also to try to make the difference, and but it's complicated, but that doesn't mean it's not possible. But we never know what can come next,
Yes.
sometimes. And it's all about, it's not the talent is good, but it's not enough for the system. I mean, you need to have contact, you need to have people who can give you a chance. I mean, producer, investor, and everything.
Mm.
That doesn't mean you cannot make it, but I mean, the problem is time the time and the world change, every year, but people look and watch different the television or the cinema. So I mean, physical media, for example, it's a good, it's like real passionate by movies, by DVDs or Blu-ray, but now people don't care. I mean, for staying polite, so they don't care. They don't collect. So you have so much people who go into events as Comic Con, and they still buy pictures or DVDs for signature for collectors. That's good, but yeah, I mean, it's very important for a filmmaker to have something inside their hand. As me, for DVDs, Blu-ray, it's very important. And that's the reward of, in fact, you got something in your hand, because film, back in the day, it's expensive because it's a real, like real pictures. Now it's digital, so you can create everything. Even now, you can create your podcast, you can create your YouTube channel, you can create everything. It's more easier, but you can be lost inside the big machine of internet.
Yeah, and there is a
So
lot of
that's why you have to create
competition.
something.
Yeah.
That's what I did for Borrow Time and also the Shepherd Code. So
So
without,
these are passion projects. Yeah.
yeah, I did two trilogy. I mean, trilogy of Borrow Time and trilogy of the Shepherd Code.
Yes. There is a for sure a success that they have kept going doing sequels to the movies. So
Yeah.
at the end, what is your end result? Are you happy with the end result, or is it too much work into a movie?
I mean, I'm happy, but if you think about example, if you watch, you've just finished right now a movie, you will be happy. But if you watch your movie 2 years after, you will say, I'm happy,
Mm.
but I wish I can do this better.
Change it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's normal. If you don't think like that, you don't improve. If you think about, of course, I'm proud of Borrow Time. Of course, I'm proud of what I did before.
Yes, yes.
Because without this, you cannot make it the best product now. But yeah, of course, I improve every aspect,
But
acting, stylish, and everything.
But Ellen, I have a short
Right?
story about this. I've heard that when they filmed Godfather, for example, it's one of
Mm-hmm.
the best movies ever made,
Yeah,
till
yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah.
And Francis Ford Coppola, the studio told him to stop doing more edits, because he told in an interview that when he kept going, the movie changed every time he was trying to change everything. And he said at one time you have to end the result, so end the project. So
Mm-hmm.
I also worked on a project, and it kept like 1 hour, 1 year. It took 1 year to edit the movie, and it was an independent movie, and they never released that movie till
Mm-hmm.
today. So um, I also told the producer back then. So right now it's the time we can create a next hit. So we have to decide now. It has to end. There is
But
always.
then one thinks, if you do a project, whatever it is, if you do, it's too late. You have to admit and said, okay, I did some mistake, but I prefer release the film with this mistake, and let people decide. Said, oh yeah, it's okay. Oh no, it's not good. But you learn from your mistake. If you fail,
Yes.
that doesn't mean you will. Yeah, it's a good example. You have to motivate yourself and said, okay, this, we know the first movie. Sometimes you get lucky. If everybody's can, Jean-Claude Van Damme example of his Bloodsport, you get lucky, but nothing happened overnight. So the backstory is very, very,
Yes.
epic. So that's why, for myself, example, yeah, I learn every movie I made, I learn.
And when you had the chance to make a dream, a wish project, so what would it be? Is there anything out there you want to, discover or try again? Or are you saying,
Oh
I
yeah, I mean,
will, I'm right now the action guy and I will keep going with it?
you know, I love action for sure, but not only. I love drama, I love thriller, I love horror, I love some comedy. But when if you want to continuous, you have to say, okay, I will not try to do the kicker guys, high
Mm.
kick, when I will have 65 years old. So you can do action differently. So you have a certain time, you have to. But of course, if it's a movie as like just a gun or a couple of punches, you can still do it even as 70 years old. But the problem is you have
Would
to.
it be an action movie, or would you say I would like to do another genre?
I, I try,
Yeah, I saw you
I
also did
I'm not
the
only focused just only on action. I do thriller, I do action, I do horror, I do drama. So I did some little touch of comedy because I was on Three Wish for Christmas. It's a Christmas movie. My character was a little bit comedic, and also Bloodslinger. Also, it was a movie where I play a funny sheriff. It's a little bit horror and action and comedy. So yeah, I have some good taste, and I try a different type of character, but I will keep doing. And as Nosferatu, I did the last Nosferatu, so I did a great vampire. The body language talked
yes.
for that. But yeah, with the 3 hours of makeup and became this monster, it's very good. And yeah, my I have a lot of dream. I would love to play a gladiator like Spartacus TV series. I would love to play another horror film as a werewolf. I would love to be like an American Werewolf in London. That's going to be my biggest dream, to transform myself onto a beast. So
Sounds
even
very interesting, yeah.
but
So
that's my goal. I'm not, because I love action, but I know I'm not obsessed to be the next Van Damme, the next whatever. It's not my obsession. My obsession is to keep going and keep doing my art. I mean, filmmaking. But of course, if I have to do another action with bigger budget, trust me, I will prove
yeah,
what I'm capable.
there
If
are a
I'm
lot of
capable to do with a smaller budget, but it's all I know what I'm capable right now, because you learn all the time. Each project is like a master class.
what was the most painful lesson the film industry taught you?
Painful lesson. Everything is painful. Everything is painful. So you have to understand it's everything is painful. But when you enjoy the process, I mean, when you are on set and you see the result, it's very magic. But
Hmm.
of course, painful. First of all, you never know if the movie will happen. You never know what can come next. You have to understand also to try and to keep the passion alive, because the world and the element change every year, as I said, even distribution, because distribution change now. So
Yes, yeah.
it's like, example, now you have this what is called evod YouTube. Your movie can be on Amazon Prime, on Tubi, Roku, everywhere on the big places, and then suddenly it can be on EVOD on YouTube, but they pay the license for it, and you say, why my film is on YouTube? But that's the new world. Everything changed now. I mean, so because people they consume different the film. Sometimes they watch 10 minutes by 10 minutes because they are doing other things, and of course it depends of what age, but the 16 years old boy till the 25 years old guy, man, so they look the movie different, because time everything changed, so you have to adapt yourself to the new world. It's difficult because when you came from 80s 90s, that's the big dream level, because every big name we loved came from this time.
What I also love about your movies is some actors always comes back, as for
Oh yeah.
example, Eric
Yeah.
Roberts, and then Don the Dragon Wilson we
Yeah.
had there, and those, actors always you work so many times with them. And Eric Roberts is one actor that has also the scale of, being in the blockbuster Hollywood movies
Mhm.
and to the independent movies. Have
Yeah.
you ever talked to him about that issue? So,
I
well,
mean, Eric now
because when I think about Eric Roberts, sometimes people say, "Look, he made blockbuster movies. Now he's making those, independent." But what I think about him is he's a real actor,
he
filmmaker.
love what he's
He
doing.
loves this job. You know what I
No,
mean?
he enjoyed the process. I mean, for Eric, he don't wait anymore after the studio because he's busy in hell. You know, he have a lot of works to do, so he don't need a studio anymore because,
Mm,
as he said, we are all our own studio. Even yourself, what you are doing now, you are your own studio. You produce something. When you produce something, when a guy produce a music, produce a film, or a book, you are your own studio because that's the new generation of content. So, and Eric is a guy very passionate. So
for me, he's the best example, or one of the examples. He's a very independent actor because
yeah, yeah,
his scale is so, you know, he's so big, and he don't needs just,
yeah.
this. He's like open for so many
No,
subjects.
he has nothing to prove. He have nothing to prove.
Yes,
He did so much. But I love all the actors I've played and all the
yes,
actors I play, and I enjoy all the minute, all the moments. So Don the Dragon Wilson is very great. Also, Matthias Hughes, also Costas and Luis Mandelor.
mhm,
Lee Arenberg, Rochelle Ashana, who play Miley on Kickboxer, and she's very, 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 very great. And I spent a great time on set with her. Lee Arenberg also, and Patrick Kilpatrick, a lot
yes,
of people, and also I team up with great people, I did Shepherd Code Road Back and more with M&M Film Production from UK with Michael Morris, who is also the co-director of Shepherd Code, and also my friend Louis, who is also the cinematographer and also the editor. It's like it's a team. Without a team, you cannot do nothing. So we need to understand a movie just one person. It's a team. So we need,
it's
of course,
always a team. Yeah, sure,
yeah,
for sure.
it's
Yeah.
always a team. If you don't have a team,
Yeah.
not
For example, when I see Borrowed Time, Anatomy of an Antihero, we have, Ron Smorenburg. I already talked to
yeah,
people
yeah.
like Ron Smorenburg,
Mhm.
and then the Kissy brothers.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
And those, when I talk to these actors, and for example, also to you, I I see that you love cinema. There is this passion for the cinema, for these
Mhm.
subject is so massive that, and sometimes what's very depressing, not in your case, I mean, as for an actor or for a filmmaker, is that you give so much love into a project, and then sometimes you don't get the love back. You know what I mean? Because it's so competitive right now, the streaming assist services and everything comes together, and where will it end at the end? So the AI issue is very depressing because the effort, you don't have to be making
You
any
mean the
effort.
reward?
Yeah,
The
and
reward. I mean, first of all, you have to do it for yourself first because you have to love and be passionate on the first because you have to understand it's a tough business. If you
yes.
if you expect to be famous or rich, change a career. Because people say, "Oh yeah, I want to be famous. I want to be rich."
Mm,
Oh, I think if it's happened, it's happened. If it's not happened, you have to understand and figure this out how you can make it. Sometimes if you only an actor on this business now, nowadays, forget about it. You have to be writer, director,
Yes.
actor. You need to do on the different aspect.
But what when you have to quit acting and movie business, what would you do right now? Are you have a side business or what are you doing next to the movies? So right now?
The next to the movie, I do martial arts. I do, I build another stuff, but it's different than movie. But I cannot talking now.
Yes.
But I love fashion, so I love clothes and stuff. So my you never know the future.
Always good having a side
Yeah,
business, you say, yeah?
of course. That's what I think. To have a side business, it's very important. Yeah, yeah. Before probably 10, 20, more than 10 years ago, I was thinking differently. But every year you learn, in life you. But you never know. You never know. I do music also. I do music also. I did so much in the music. But music is the same way as a filmmaker. It's very tough.
Yes.
It's a lot, and time changed, but the big things with movie, it's not like music is very complicated, more complicated than a music than a film business, because film business, everybody's love action, everybody's love horror, example. That's two genre. Comedy, if you do comedy, is very difficult. Action, if you have a good martial artist, very cool story, you
Mhm.
captivated the people. But horror, if you have a good story, nice special effects, you don't need to have a big machine, because now it's a lot of CGI. It's lost of powerful. Like you have to be. I remember when the film I watched before, it was practical effect as a thing from John Carpenter, or also Halloween, A Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, different stuff, or The Howling from Joe Dante, Piranhas. I mean, all those movie, it's very nowadays is difficult to have the same level. You have picture quality, but the emotion are not the same, because it was a time, as once upon a time, in the 80s and the 90s. So you have to say that. Now you have to also think, may I have to build something different? That's what I did with Shepherd Code. That doesn't mean Shepherd Code is not, the vibration as we love, because you feel the 80s and 90s on my,
Yes.
on force myself. Is my touch. This is my touch. I have my even Borrowed Time. My character on Borrowed Time is more dramatic, and my character on the Shepherd Code is more stylish and a little bit like badass. So that's very different. So that's what I love. Play very different character.
Because we try to do, I can talk about myself, is the things I just saw it as a child that inspired me. That's the thing that keeps me doing stuff like that right now, being creative. Do you think also sometimes you get used to it and then you get bored about all these things, so time also changes people?
You can't change yourself. If you love something, you love something. That's it. So
Yes.
it's the time. In the new generation will tell you the same way 10 years later. So people who love movies now, probably in 20 years, they will say to other generation, "Oh, this movie was and those people will say, "Yeah, but now it's better because we have this." And great movie will stay great movie. Great music will stay great music. You can listen the album of Michael Jackson, Thriller,
Yes.
14 year, 40, more than 40 years ago. You know, you have this music, always great, always magical. It's like a movie. It's the same. Lethal Weapon will stay Lethal Weapon.
Mhm.
You know, Rambo
Those
will
classic movies.
classic movie.
But Alain, if your career ended tomorrow, what would you want to be remembered for?
Good question. Good question. I mean, remember from probably make people happy, you know, because as I said to Kim Silver, my friend, I said, you inspired me, you make me happy, you make me believe. And I mean, if someone said that to you, he said, you give me hope, you give me, you make me dream. So that's wonderful.
Nice, very nice. What advice would you give to young actors who want to enter cinema or action cinema today?
I mean, it's up to them. I mean, they choose what they love the most, but they have to be patient. Don't burn the bridge. Listen the good advice from old generation. Don't be too cocky or arrogant. Don't compare you with old generation, or you know, because what came from the past, it's very good because we learn, we were before. So be respectful with everybody's, and because we are here on earth for a certain time and we will disappear one day, so we just have to sit, eat popcorn and enjoy.
Yeah. It was very nice talking about acting, about your career, and I feel the passion that you have, and I hope you also keep doing it in the future. And even if you struggle, if you have sometimes hard, rough times, just keep doing it. And therefore we are here, and
Thank
that's
you
all
so
I
much.
can say. You know,
That's great.
I love seeing you on the screen, and it's inspiring me. I really admire your work, and
Thank you so much.
was very nice
If you are
talking to you.
if you are inspired, that's the best way to also to improve yourself. I'm inspired by other people, so you know we have to be inspired. It's important because that's make you believe, that's make you try.
Thank you so much, Alain. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And maybe last one fun question. Who would win in a fight between Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal? What do you think?
I think they will want together.
Great. That's very diplomatic. Thanks again.
Okay, no
Have a
problem.
great night, yeah?
You too. Take care. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
you too. Bye.